Hi guys, I have another Copic coloring and card tutorial for you today, and I'm going to coloring 80s Fashion Decade DG by Saturated Canary. She's having a challenge over on her blog that I really wanted to join in with, so I've actually fast-tracked this video because I really wanted to have that in. And if you want to enter the challenge, these new released digits, that is fashion digits from the 40s to the 90s, are actually during the challenge they are 2 for the price of 1 over at the Saturated Canary page. So I really encourage you to join in with the challenge and get those digits. I have links down below. So now we're going to discuss the coloring. As you see, I'm not using my usual colors because I really like the initiative that Sandy Alnock has taken with the hashtag the human rainbow. She is encouraging us to color, all colorists, to color more ethnic skin tones, to kind of mix it up with those skin tones and not go to your default. And you all know me, I have my very light default because that is usually how I look. So I have those defaults. So I thought this is a great opportunity to actually start using more ethnic skins. And if you are a little bit lost in which kind of colors that goes very well with ethnic skins, Sandy Alnock has made this wonderful free chart which you can print out and color up with your Copics, showing a whole bunch of different ethnic skin tones. And I'm gonna have a video next week showing you when I color that up, and I will talk a little bit more about that then. But I have links down below to that part too. So this image is a 80s image, and 80s is this bright neon pinks, neon greens, all of that, and I really love it. I have bright neon pink hair, and I like how black kind of mutes it or pops it in different ways. So I thought, of course, I wanted to color her in those cool 80s colors. My plan from the beginning was to actually make her hair pink, but I opted for dark brown instead because kind of fitted her better. I have made her eyes really bright yellowish green because they fit perfectly with the pattern papers I've chosen to use. And as you saw, I had a little blue there. I'm using the blue to kind of shadow the eye underneath the upper eyelid to make it more dimensional. When it comes to the hair, I'm starting with the lightest hair. This is a very fun way of coloring curly hair because you don't really have to be perfect with it. I'm just making small wavy motions, kind of small flicking waving motions, and I kind of mapped out where I wanted everything with my lightest color, and then I'm going in towards my darkest color all the way back. And I'm really happy I did this because originally I didn't have the E49 in my kind of color scheme of which colors I was to use, but I felt I needed even more depth in her hair, so I took that out and used that for the darkest. And then I'm going back all the way back with the same colors from dark to light to kind of both blend and add a little bit more detail. So that is the kind of how I color curly hair. It's really fun to color curly hair, so I really love the image. One of the reasons why I colored her is for the hair. Here I am coloring her skin, and I'm actually going in, and I have already colored her legs. I missed some footage because my battery ran out. And I'm using some Polychromos pencils, and I'm using them to kind of intensify the dark in this case, both for the skin and for the hair. I'm going in with the darker color and kind of just shading it out. When it comes to her dress, I'm actually using 2 different pinks, and I am not touching the grays at all with any kind of pens, but I like how it turned out. I like the more depth I got by adding that layer of pencil on top of my Copics. And then you have my little cutting part, and while I'm cutting this out, I want to tell you about the Polychromos. They are great to use with your Copics, but you don't want to color on top of them because you can get residue from the pens onto your on your Copics, and that can actually harm them, so you have to kind of switch out the nibs and stuff, and you don't want to do that unnecessary. But yeah, when I cut my images out, I first go with a scissor on the outsides, and when I have like these inner parts, I take my Martha Stewart craft knife and cut those little pieces out, and then I just use the pointer of it to kind of prick them out. This is the pattern paper I'm using. It is Street Lace by Die Cut with a View. Sadly, this is out of print, and have been out of print for a long time, because this is, I think, one of the first pattern papers that I actually bought. I really, really love this paper. Here, I actually cut a little piece away from it because it has kind of a frame around the paper, and as my pieces are shorter than 8 inch, as this paper is, I didn't want that shadowing part be on the card. I am adding some of the Simons' Stamp black cardstock to matten all the pieces, and I'm doing that with my tape runner from Crafter's Companion. I really like these tape runners, and I'm actually had my first craft order in a while from Crafter's Companion to buy some of these tape runners, but also buy some Nina, because she is actually printed on Nina paper, because that is actually working really, really good with my Polychromos pens. The Make It Crafty is a little bit too smooth of a paper, and therefore I have a hard time layering my Polychromos onto that, but the Nina works great. Now we're going to do a sentiment. This is Happy and Smile by Simons' Stamp, and I'm using a coordinating die that I got in one of their stamp kits, which I really, really love. I am going to kind of place the die on top of this little box and have it peekaboo a little bit, and therefore I'm placing that die that way. I have cut that die out in both the Simons' Set Black and some pink paper that I found in my Do Crafts 75 different colored papers pack, which I use. I have all the links to all the materials down below as usual. I'm matting this little piece with some more card, and then I'm putting these dies on top of each other. I'm actually dotting with that little glue pen to put it on, and one of the things I really like about that little glue pen is that it doesn't dry immediately, which helps me move this around, because I'm putting it down and I don't think it fits where I put it down directly, so I'm just moving it around until it sits exactly where I want, so I get that kind of peekaboo of the black the way I want it. And now I'm putting this together, and due to the kind of bulkiness of that sentiment, I've put that on tape while I'm having some foam underneath the little character. Then I'm using the same tape runner and adding this to a standard A2 card base, and that is the card for today. I hope you liked it. If you do, please thumbs it up, it means a lot to me. If you have any questions, just comment down below. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye!